I'm interviewing Clarice Cooey, who is a certified financial planner. Good morning, Clarice. Thank you so much for joining me today. Now, as you know, I am a family law attorney and help clients go through divorces. Oftentimes, the individuals have 401k plans or another type of retirement plans that will need to be divided in the divorce process. Are you familiar with QDROs, and are you able to help clients with those?
Yes, and hi Katie, thanks for having me on today. A QDRO is a qualified domestic relations order. So it's a court decree that separates assets due to a divorce, and typically it does apply to 401k plans. And so when you have a QDRO, there's several parties involved. One, of course, is the 401k custodian, so who is the administrator or holds the assets. You typically also have the employer involved as well. And of course, the owner of the account and the recipient. So there's several parties involved. And so you can work with a financial advisor to help coordinate all of that, because the 401k custodian, they'll have their own requirements and they'll need that QDRO signed by a judge. So one common mistake that I've seen is somebody sends the QDRO to the 401k custodian, but it hasn't been stamped or signed by the judge, so it's invalid. And then also with the employer, typically the employer has to release the funds as well, so they'll have to sign off. And there's also typically a date set. So when did the divorce become final? So let's say the divorce became final in March, then they're going to look at when did the marriage start. So if the marriage started in 2015 and then it ended in 2020, so they're going to look at what was the value of those assets during that time, because the owner of the account may have had the 401k since 2000, right? So there could be assets in the account prior to the marriage. So there's a couple things that have to be involved there. So definitely I can help coordinate that, but a lot of patience with the QDRO. That's the one thing I always tell clients. Even though you've been awarded those assets, it can still take several months. And then of course, during this period, it has even taken up to a year. So lots of patience, and that's why I want to have other resources available for the parties involved to make sure that they're not just depending upon those assets.
Great. Thank you, Clarice, for explaining the QDRO and the process. I know it can be confusing to a lot of people. If anyone would like more information about the QDRO process or has questions for Clarice, please reach out to me and I'll connect the two of you. Thank you so much, Clarice.